You know that person who still drives the same car they bought 10 years ago? The paint is fading a little. The buttons on the dashboard are worn out. The air conditioner makes that weird sound every summer. They know exactly how hard to close the driver's side door. They know the exact speed where the steering wheel starts vibrating slightly, and somehow they love it. Meanwhile, everybody around them keeps upgrading. New car every 3 years, new features, new screens, new status symbol. And every single time someone sees their old car, they ask the same question. Why don't you just buy a new one? What's interesting is, many of these people actually could, but they don't want to. And psychology says that decision usually has very little to do with the car itself, because driving the same car for 10 years says something much deeper about the person behind the wheel. Modern culture trains people to constantly replace things: phones, shoes, furniture, relationships, even personalities. Everything today is built around upgrading. The moment something becomes familiar, the world tells you it's outdated. Advertising works by making people uncomfortable with what they already own, not because the old thing stopped working, because satisfaction is bad for business. A person completely content with what they already have becomes almost impossible to sell to, and cars became one of the biggest status symbols in modern life. People don't just drive cars anymore. They communicate identity through them: success, wealth, taste, importance. Researchers at the University of Michigan found that material purchases are often tied to social comparison and self-image regulation. In simple words, people frequently buy things not because they need them, but because they want to feel emotionally validated by how others perceive them. That's why upgrading becomes addictive. Not because the new car changes your life, but because for a few weeks, it changes how you feel about yourself. And this is where the person driving the same car for 10 years becomes psychologically interesting, because they quietly step out of that cycle. They stop using consumption as emotional proof. That old car becomes evidence of something rare in modern culture: internal stability. Think about it. Most people today are surrounded by constant change. Jobs change, apps change, prices change, friendships change. Entire social trends appear and disappear in months. The human brain was never designed for this much instability, and psychologists have known for decades that people naturally seek familiarity during periods of stress and uncertainty. Familiar environments reduce cognitive load. Familiar routines calm the nervous system. Familiar objects create emotional grounding, which means sometimes an old car is not just a car. Sometimes it's one of the few stable things left in someone's life. They know how it feels, how it sounds, how it responds. There's comfort in that predictability, especially for people who spend their entire day dealing with uncertainty everywhere else. In psychology, this is connected to something called the mere exposure effect. The more familiar something becomes, the more emotionally attached humans naturally grow toward it, not because the object becomes objectively better, because familiarity itself creates emotional safety, and over time, that car slowly stops feeling like an object. It starts feeling like part of life itself. That car was there during breakups, during first jobs, late-night drives, hospital visits, family vacations, picking kids up from school, driving home after terrible days, driving nowhere just to clear the mind. Researchers studying autobiographical memory found that physical objects often become emotional storage systems for personal identity and memory. Humans attach stories to objects constantly, which means when someone finally sells an old car, they're sometimes not reacting emotionally to losing the machine. They're reacting emotionally to losing the years attached to it. That car quietly witnessed entire versions of them that no longer exist, and most people around them never understand that. They see old metal. The owner sees memory. This is also why people who keep the same car for years are often less driven by external validation, and that's becoming increasingly rare. Social media created a culture where life is constantly performed. Everything became visible. What you wear, what you buy, where you eat, what you drive. Even happiness started becoming something people felt pressured to display. But eventually some people become exhausted by all of it. Exhausted by performing success. Exhausted by proving themselves. Exhausted by upgrading simply because everybody else is upgrading. And something changes psychologically when a person stops needing strangers to be impressed. They become much harder to influence. That's why some people continue driving the same old car even after becoming financially successful, because the car stopped being connected to self-worth a long time ago. And honestly, many people secretly admire that. There's something strangely calming about someone who no longer needs external proof that they're doing well. Researchers studying materialism consistently found that people with lower attachment to status-based possessions often report higher emotional well-being and lower social comparison anxiety. Because comparison is exhausting. There will always be someone with a newer car, a bigger house, a more expensive life. That race never ends. The person who peacefully drives the same car for 10 years quietly exits that race. And maybe that's why people judge them so much. Because deep down, they represent freedom from a game most people are still trapped inside. Now, of course, not everyone keeps an old car because they're emotionally wise. Sometimes money genuinely is the reason. But even then, psychology still matters, because another thing happens as people get older. They stop chasing excitement and start chasing peace. New things create stimulation, old familiar things create calm. That's a huge psychological difference. A new car means new systems, new buttons, new monthly payments, new technology, new anxiety about scratches, new financial pressure. The old car already fits perfectly into life. No learning curve, no performance, no emotional pressure, just familiarity. And after years of stress, many adults quietly begin optimizing their life around reducing mental exhaustion instead of maximizing excitement. The funny thing is that modern culture often mistakes simplicity for failure. If someone keeps old things, people assume they lack ambition, they gave up, they can't afford better. But psychologically, simplicity often requires more confidence than performance does. Because choosing simplicity means becoming comfortable disappointing society's expectations. That's hard, especially today. Driving an old car in a world obsessed with status quietly says, I no longer need every stranger to approve of my life. And there's another layer people rarely talk about: decision fatigue. Modern life forces people to make thousands of decisions constantly. Notifications, updates, subscriptions, comparisons, recommendations. The human brain gets tired. Researchers studying cognitive overload found that too many decisions reduce mental energy and increase stress levels significantly, which explains why many adults slowly begin simplifying their life as they age. Same restaurants, same routines, same clothes, same car. Not because they became boring, because peace became more important than stimulation. And honestly, there's something deeply human about that. The world keeps telling people they should always want more, bigger, newer, faster. But eventually some people reach a point where they ask a dangerous question. What if what I already have is enough? That question completely changes a person, because once someone genuinely feels enough, consumer culture loses enormous power over them. And maybe that's the real psychology behind people who drive the same car for 10